Gaza that left Gazans. So they were in for 4 games, and now Israel has moved those barriers enough that they have now stolen 60% of Gaza. Has been stolen by Israel, and who's to say they're not going to keep moving? They are forcing the survivors of this genocide into a smaller and smaller land. And like you say, this is getting almost no coverage. I recently, like a week ago, for one of my Substack articles, did a search on the term militant in mainstream media. And, it took 3 pages of there was zero articles on mainstream media on Gaza, the exception of Israel attacking the Gaza aid flotilla 1,000 miles from Israel, because Israel now owns the ocean 1,000 miles from Israel. That's amazing. Right off of the coast. Israel just owns all of the oceans. Anyway, that was the only article. They are not actually, mainstream media is not covering Gaza genocide almost at all.
No, and that's by design because they want you guys to believe that it's over, that the killing has stopped. We've seen this happen before. We're on top of it, and they start talking about it. So you think that it's a fair spot, but it's not. And talking about it, actually, that we're going to build a stronger resort like in Gaza and Jared Kushner.
There's an article on it. His Portuguese is quietly backing away from their Gaza project, which was supposedly the reason of creating the Portuguese. Was that Gaza project, and then of course in a larger way, it was meant as something Trump would fund billionaires to win, and Trump made himself president of the Portuguese Republic. So even if he's no longer president of the United States, he'd still be president of a replacement. Like that was the goal. But anyway, even they are abandoning their
And they're pushing to your point, they're pushing them into smaller areas. It's like, so we have to remember that was a very small things, right? So small piece of land, and you have all these people, 2 million people, and related back to one of those right, it's Gaza, he said Gaza was basically ghettos. And so imagine them pushing all those people to smaller area. It's so obvious, and this is absolutely insane. But to Lee's point, people they're not talking about this. They stopped talking about it. So you think that nothing is happening.
Yeah, that's not out of mind, out of media, out of mind. It's people care about this, and I have contacts living in Gaza, survivors living in Gaza, that say that they used to hear from a certain number of people. They used to get a certain amount of donations and people trying to help them, and it's all dried up. It's all gone because it's not in the media. It must not be happening anymore, right? People in Gaza must be fine. But in fact, they continue to starve to death. They continue to die from disease, which is by design by Israel. They continue to get bombed and shot. Israel has quickly, I think, like 800 since the ceasefire. But most deaths now in Gaza are like deaths. They don't need to bomb. They just starve them with disease. And the estimates, Francesca Albanese from the UN and others, the estimates of how many Gazans have been murdered since the beginning of this genocide after October 7th, somewhere between 500,000 and 680,000. So that number, like 77,000, whatever, and you can get huge percentage of that is children, just babies and tiny kids.
Yeah, and I want to show people this as well. Solomon, if you follow him on X, he's really good about tracking the planes. 11 U.S. Air Force C-17A aircraft are now leaving the Middle East toward Europe. Now, let's all remember, we saw this happen before, and he's correct. The same pattern happened before February 28th and last week, just before Trump canceled the strikes at the last minute on Saturday. So if you guys go to, it's called Flight Radar. If you go to Flight Radar 24, you can actually see the plane movement that's happening in that area. I also just saw that American Airlines is apparently canceling flights right now. So we're seeing similar patterns to what happened before the U.S. and Israel struck Iran. So everybody just pay attention to what's happening, because it's concerning, but they're moving in that direction of, again, just starting more strikes and prolonging this war. And I got to ask you a question about this, Lee. Do you think that, because, you know, my mind goes there sometimes. I feel like they want, by they, I mean the elites, I feel like they want a global catastrophe. I feel like they want an economic collapse. What's your take on that?
You're saying global elites too, or the U.S. elites, or what do you mean?
Just elite, like the billionaire class in general.
I mean, so whenever there's some sort of collapse or close to collapse, such as right after the COVID lockdowns or the 2008 financial collapse, the richest of the rich make crazy amounts of money. So you're very right in that regard, where they view a kind of temporary collapse as a great thing. I mean, $4.5 trillion was funneled into Wall Street during COVID. Unbelievable amounts of money. We increased the monetary supply by 20% just during COVID in the U.S. So, yeah, they benefit from catastrophe. It's, called shock doctrine. It's useful for them in so many ways. However, the U.S. ruling elite do not want a collapse of the U.S. dollar. Because that would greatly harm their money as well. And so,
I think it's pretty obvious when you start digging into these things that one of the biggest ways are to protect the U.S. dollar as so power heavy.
You think that you can hide, you think you can lay low. Roll up on your ass like Hawaii 5-0. Mac out with my dreads in my Kango. Forget them, just pass the. Yo, take a trip down to Mexico. Come back with that might make you psycho. Maximum frequency studio stereo. Sorry, this is it, but homeboy, I got to go. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check. Hey, you know we come through to rock the disco jam. I got you all in check.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. His way forward, and he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 21-yard line.
To throw is Nix. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Broncos had a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
2nd down and 4. Now it's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
On the stop. Taken down back at the 49-yard line.
And now an audible here into something else. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Down the left to bring it out here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set.
On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That one complete to McConkey. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Herbert now. Now Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
A gain of 19 yards. First down,
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Nix to the air. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 180. Hey, Sean, let's go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Bombers. Hey, check on move.
Here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Amy Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And the decision to bring it out of Portland, especially given the new rules, they're going to be backed up deep to start this drive.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 15.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Hands it off out of the gun. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they moved the ball with relative ease.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Dalton Kincaid as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 49-yard line.
Oh, the motion comes too late. Now this is going to be a delay. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Nix from the shotgun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 36. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Deion Henley there on the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. This taken in by Kincaid. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
Captain. To the right, yep.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Almost set. Ready.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of of the third. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
31. Chargers, nothing. Kaimi Fairbairn set to
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Herbert. He'll check this one down to Hampton. And he'll be out right at the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Here's Herbert. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Home troops right.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is down to 24.
31. Chargers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 76 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now it's Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
20-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. That keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Caught here, right side, Noel. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 32 on the play. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Run!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. Looking to throw. Herbert fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Herbert now. Now a run here off the arc. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Down the field, he's got Noel. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Denver, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Take the first, you keep them coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something. We doing big things, ain't never bluffing. Top of the world, ain't no doubt in mine, it's about time. Whoa. Hey, what you know? Hey, crashing out, but my pedal is to the floor. Whether in the clouds or down below, all I wanna do is hear you get loud. So get loud.
everything litty. I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke all the knots.